giving me a whole, go ahead, I'm sorry. It was giving me a lot of trouble. It wouldn't let me go live. It kept saying error. So welcome to Michelle's Mirror. I'm currently on a weight loss journey, and I currently had my weigh-in on yesterday, and I did share it with everyone regarding where my weight was for multiple reasons. I I kind of just wanted to look at my weight loss slightly different than what I did in the past. So, in the past, yes, and I'm outside today, just so everybody knows. So, if you hear a little wind, that's the reason why, because there's a little bit of wind outside. Um, but one of the things I did on my weight loss journey, and one of the things that I said I was going to do, is try my best to be all the way transparent as to where I'm going. And that's something that I'm striving for. And I wanted to kind of like have you guys present when I was doing my actual weigh in. But what I did is I recorded a live. And then from my live, I actually, at that point, I then decided to just have it as private. Hi, Harjarine. Hi, Grant. Hi, Level Up. Hi, good morning. Welcome in. And so I was just saying how, like, I showed everybody. I don't know if you got to watch the video. I showed everybody, and I also put it on my TikTok. I also put it on my YouTube of my actual weigh-in. And I prayed about it before I did it. At first, I wasn't going to actually put it out there before, but then I said, you know what? I am going to do it. For one, God knows that I can't hold water, right? And then for two, I kind of sat when I was driving to work. I kind of sat and had a conversation. Hello, how are you, sweet fans? How are you? Welcome in. Happy Saturday, everyone. So I was actually driving into work yesterday, and God spoke to me and just said, like, I'm a very private person, and I am my content that I'm creating, some stuff behind the scenes that I will soon have posted, it's going to kind of speak of it. And, I'm just not a person that's like, I want pity regarding it. I just like to have, hi, Jane, how are you? I just like to have transparency. And I feel like I'm in the season of my life where I'm trying to be very transparent. And so my weight is one part of it, right? Where I'm super excited. When I say I'm super excited is that, like, you probably see my overjoyed videos, because I was just like excited that really happened. And I really didn't know, like, my unknown, when I said God was playing with me. Hi, Age, thank you. Hi, Cookie, how are you? Welcome in. Happy Saturday, everyone. Thank you. So when I said God was playing with me last week, he knows his child. Like, he knew I wanted to see that 199 like midway through October, right? But he did not put it in front of me. And it was just giving me, like, showing me I had to trust. I had to trust in what he was showing me. I had to trust and believe that, whatever he set before me will be that. But it's greater than that, right? So it's greater than the number on the scale. It's bigger to have a community of people. It's bigger to have people who are there cheering you on. It's bigger to look at. And he had me sit back silently like a week before, when I just didn't do my nightly lives, to really, like, deal with Machelle, right? In multiple different ways. Yes. Hi, Mary. How are you? Good morning. So it had me really deal with Machelle in multiple ways, including, like, where I came, right? I came to a spot where my journey started. So, like, this area, not to get, like, teary, but, like, I did, like, a walk today, and I'm like, this is where I started at when I was like, couldn't breathe and I had to keep stopping. So I came back to this spot today. Like, hi, how are you, Evelyn? I came back to this spot today, and I did a walk really quick. And I did a walk with my people that I met on TikTok, and they work out every Saturday. But I could have went to the gym. I could have went to Planet Fitness and did my walk or whatever. But today I said, you know what? I'm going to go back to where I started. And it's cold outside, you guys. And if you know me, I don't like the cold. I really don't. I live up north, but I don't like the cold. So I came back to this spot, to my favorite restaurant where I have my birthdays at. If my friends come in town, we come in here, we getting something to eat, period. That's just that. This is where definitely cold outside. So I came here, and it's sentimental to me, because it's like, when I thought didn't know what's going on, I would just literally take a walk around here. Why? Because also, if something ever happened to me, I felt comfortable here, right? And sometimes we start our journeys where we're most comfortable, right? And that could be in your house, that could be around your kids, that might be in your gym, that might just be walking your neighborhood, whatever it is. But this was something I did, and I always found I wanted to find a place that had benches, right? Because when I felt like I couldn't make it to the next step, I knew that I can rest and have a seat. But it was so sentimental to me to be like, when I was driving, like, okay, I want to announce my weight tomorrow. But God kept dealing with me like, no, I want you to kind of like tell them what it is, so you can document your journey on the day that it occurred. But also go back to where it started. And I couldn't kept thinking like, where was I when it started? And then it finally hit me like midway through my day yesterday. And I dressed up yesterday. I'll post some pictures. I dressed up yesterday. I just wore my bodysuit that I wear to the gym or whatever. I wear I have different underpieces that I get from no sponsorship, but I get from Kick Right with Keisha. She has amazing products that I've been wearing along my journey. And so basically I wore that to work, and a girl gave me like a lanyard with like, she was like, we were talking about it, and she printed out some GLP-1, like the Zempic and whatever, Zepbound and Manjaro. I told her those are the two that I've been on, and she printed them out, and I had them all over me on my clothes and on my pouch that I carry and stuff like that. So that was my day yesterday, and I had pictures, and it was fun. They did like a chili people came in with different types of chilies that they made at home. It was a great event. And just to let you know, I don't celebrate Halloween like that. If anybody knows me too, I don't, but I appreciate it for the fact that I have children and things like that, and people around me know. Yes. So I'm not going to be a party pooper, right? But this was the first year that I really dressed up at my job out of 9 years. So it was interesting. Everybody's like, wow, Michelle's like participating, but my staff kind of like helped me out with that a little bit. And so I had fun yesterday, and along with me having fun, I also realized, you know what? I am going to be consistently wanting to know that the community is what makes us. Like, I cannot do this without community. I really can't. Like, I feel like not only do I need God right there by my side, I also need, my community of everyone who's on this medicine, those people who are not on this medicine, all of us who are coming onto this medicine, those who have been here before me and already conquered their things, those people who, whether they're losing weight or not losing weight and they're changing their health all over internally, I appreciate each and every one of you. You know why? Because when I sit in prayer and I pray for my friends and I pray for my family, I pray for my YouTube family. That's how I look at it. I say, Lord, I don't know what people may be going through, but show up for them. Whether they're a believer or non-believer, show up for them. Show up for them like never before. Show up for them, and if they whatever they need, give them insight that it's working. Don't allow the things that may come to them, because I always say things may come to us as a distraction, but we have to know that we're bigger than that distraction that may come to us. We may be geared to go to the left or go to the right, and I say that because I'm in a state right now that it would make it seem like I couldn't figure out how I'm going to be able to lose weight, but I didn't allow those things to distract me at all. I allowed those things to not come against anything that was set before me, and what's set before me is my overall health. My overall health. It's beyond the number on the scale. The number on the scale gives me excitement, right? And that's that peak, right? That's that peak, that high. When we think about like something I learned in school, when you think about stocks and you're trying to determine which way to go, and if you should get into, this is more financial, but if you should get into like a stock or not, should I invest in that, right? You're at your peak, right? And so your weight loss of being under 100 may be my peak for right now. But we still got to stay consistent, right? Because we're going to have those highs. But just also know, as you have those highs, it's written, you're going to have those lows. So if you see the stock market, some people are trying to get out before it drops. Why is that? And I am a finance major, right? So I always like to speak like in terms of God, but then also, and that's what God too, we're ups and downs, right? But then also in terms of finances, you have your peak, right? But then you want to stay steady. You want to stay steady all along the way. Hello, Z, how are you? Welcome in. And hi, Grant, how are you? And you want to also just stay and have that thing go up and down consistently. So when you have that high, just know that, you know what? If you have a low, you got to stabilize yourself and get right back in the middle, right? We want to be neutral at all things. So that's why I didn't want to make today all about the number, but I did appreciate, there's a couple of things that I wrote down that I do want to acknowledge. one thing was, first, this spot that I'm in. Second is my community. And then also I have like certain people that kind of like guided me all the way through and kind of like push me. And that's each and every one of you. I would tell you that right now. I don't have a particular say, but I like certain things that I see, right? So we all have our likes and different things. And some things like touch me bigger than others because of my background, of where I came from and where I'm going, right? Because I don't know what my tomorrow brings. I'm just trusting that my tomorrow is going to be here and it's going to be greater than anything I've experienced in my past, right? And so I would like to just continue. And even though we're entering seasons where we don't have the people that we had last year, we don't have the people that we had 2-3 years ago. I'm a person that lost many people that's been close to me, and I still have to continue to move on. I see people I have friends that have lost multiple people within time frames of months and stuff like that. And what happens with them, they end up like overcoming or becoming bigger than that. And I watch that. God sometimes put things in front of you for us to see where we're going. He lets us see like, oh wow, okay, so that person experienced it this, so this is where we're going. This is where I could possibly go. So sometimes when we say we don't want to what is that called, compare, but it's not comparison. Sometimes things are a reflection off of something you've been through. So I would speak of this. So like Commodity Jane, like she has the farm, right? And she has her animals, and she's planting crops and stuff like that. I experienced that as a young girl, and when I was in Alabama with my grandmother. Did I live there for a very long time? No. Out of my life? No. But I experienced that, and that brings me memories. Like every time I watch it, it brings me memories. Every time I see the chickens, it brings me memories. See the eggs, all of that stuff, and I love it. I love it because it brings me back to somewhere that I don't see every day, right? I see more city. I don't see that. And have I been there in a long time? No. But when I get back there, I'm going to remember that part of it. Like I'm going to remember, this is where we did this. This is where I used to pick okra, and that's what I care about overall, because it brings me that peace, right? The things that I talk about on my page a lot is that inner peace that sometimes we miss because we might be so focused on the external, right, of satisfaction, but the internal of satisfaction is also important, right? Me asking God in the beginning of this journey, like, wow, like sometimes I'll be online like, oh, I would love to meet some of these people, and then going to Florida and meeting Z, meeting Twan, meeting Tamika, meeting, Kim J, meeting Linda, all of these people, and then their host of friends that they had. It was like amazing to me. Like, wow, God showed me like, listen, I put you here for a reason. And it was in a season. It was also at a time frame that lined right up, right? He will line you up with the people that he needs to have you in your community. He will line you up with everything that you need to see that would get you closer to your goal, closer to your outcome. This is what community does. This is what happens when we stay connected. This is what happens when we set small goals. They're always achieved. We are then touched by the smallest things, not just external, but the internal, right? Because sometimes, right, when we start, like, nobody can say, like, and I'll say this short, like, somebody might say, oh, well, like, I in my content, I don't really talk about things that I eat. I really don't talk about that. And I might like say like, oh, I'm eating a healthy diet, right? But actually, you guys don't know if I'm eating like burgers and hot dogs and like things like that's high sodium and high fat and stuff like that, and still losing. That could be a possibility, right? But it might be another reason why I choose not to share, right? But I'm not eating those types of foods, but I'm just giving you an examples. But that's like those things that we really don't know what everyone's consuming day in and day out. We can just, what they show us and what they show us on the screen. Hi, Shani, how are you? What they show us on the screen is a portion of what they're showing, because this is content, right? This is content. So your overall experience is going to be, when you get something, you're going to digest it in, but you're going to know what to push back out. You're going to know, okay, listen, this is just like a garbage disposal. You're not keeping everything. Just like when we're thinking about a juicer, it juices what's the nutrients that it needs out of that fruit, out of that vegetable. But guess what? All that other stuff that comes out, that can still be good, but it's something that we're not going to consume. Right? Because some people don't like the gritties in their mouth and stuff like that. We understand that. But so we have to understand what it is that we're going to take in and what it is that we're going to take out. Hi, Kim J. Welcome in. Hope you're safe travels today. you're going to take in and you're going to take out. All of that is overly like important, and it's something that we have to consistently reevaluate every day. As we lose track, we may lose track of these things, right? And when we lose track, we have to also know that, you know, we're going to be put back on track. And so I lost track, right? Because when I first started my journey, I was only weighing once a month. I think like everybody knows that. I was only weighing once a month, and then that's it. But guess what? I then decided to this month be like, you know what? I want to know the day that I get to 199, right? I want to know, right? And God was like, you know what? Because she's not being obedient, I'm gonna make her wait, which he did. I tell you, I was at 200.4, 200.6, 202 forever. I was there. How are you? Welcome in. I think it's Timry. Welcome in. So I was there forever and ever. And being stuck there for like all the way, like literally, he pushed me like all the way to the end of the month, like on purpose, right? Because I took my like eye off of him for a second, right? Yeah, it was forever. Like, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, come on. Like, I started praying, like, come on, God, you're not gonna do this to me, right? Like, come on. Like, usually I'm like average 8 to 10 or more pounds. And I'm like, and it's kept telling me, you know, get your eyes off the pounds and like focus. Like, my focus was just so much on just getting to that number, right? I mean, he got me there, but it also taught me things along the way. And so as we're walking through, again, this journey, as we're walking through the light that we're shining, right? We all have our own individual light, and it's beautiful. Let's not don't lose focus of that. Whatever we do, don't lose focus of who you are and why you started and where you started. Don't lose focus of that at all. Don't waver to the left or to the right. You know, it's like one thing that I appreciated about all my friends, and I really have like 2 really good best friends, is that no matter how far we are in distance, we're still close. No matter what we go through in life, no matter whether we agree or disagree, we can always understand each other and come back to each other. And that's what it is with community. It doesn't matter. We're not meant to maybe agree with everything that somebody says at that moment. Maybe they're saying something because they're dealing with that thing right now, right? So it's just to have understanding and to be able to listen to them through the process and be supportive of them, even if it may seem wrong, like they're saying that, right? And even if they're having a blind deaf ear, because if we have a blind deaf ear, we're not even able to receive the information, even if it's put in front of us. So those things that we hear people say either on their lives and their videos along the way when they see us, they can tell us how good we look and all of that. Everything that they say to us, guess what? That is a reflection of who we are, of what we become. But if we're going through some hard times, because and I felt that this month of like not the unknown, it can feel rocky, right? It can feel hard to appreciate others, but just know, guess what? When we rejoice others, because we have different seasons. I know that, you know, if you plant, right? You think about when you plant something, and maybe Jane can relate to this a lot. When you plant something in the ground, right? There's seasons that you have to plant, right? So you can reap the harvest in another season. There's not just always times that you're going to just reap all season. There's certain seasons for everything, right? So as you pour into others at the times of you not being able to reap, that might not be your reaping season. That might be your harvest season where you got to plant in someone else. You got to give someone encouraging, even though you are not there. Even though you have to encourage them. You have to say, great, thank you, you're doing an amazing job, even though you can't even feel it on yourself. Because you know what? Your season is coming. It has to come. Everything that we're thinking about, no matter how we think about it, we're going to be reaping and sowing this whole journey, right? Because things that we plant in other people's lives right now. Good morning, Teddy. How are you? Things that we plant in other people's lives right now, things that we invest in. You know what? Our tears that we have and the tears that we cry, we need those tears. Why? Because, hi, Linda. How are you? Welcome in. Those tears that we cry, we're watering that seed. I'm telling you, you can't grow crops without no water. I promise you. It has to rain. All right. That's why when you see a desert, it's dry. It's dry. It has to rain. So your tears are important. Let's not forget that. Let's know that no matter what we're going through, every step of the way that we step, when we step on that scale and we see something that's glorified, that guess what? We can cry. We can cry tears of joy when we know that we're going to the gym, we're doing everything we have to do, we're eating right, we're trying to do, and still nothing's not working. We don't know what's going on, but God said, listen, I'm healing your liver. I'm healing your liver. I'm healing your kidneys. I'm changing your A1C. This is what I'm doing for you. I'm healing your heart. I'm changing you metabolically. Not only that, I'm changing you internally. I'm changing the old person of who you thought you was. Because I'm connecting you with a community of people who's going to uplift you and bring you to that next level. So every time we see different things and we understand, listen, this is our journey. This is what's happening. And so just know that, like, this is beyond. That's why I really go on to, like, I'm passionate, like down to my soul about, like, speaking to people and encouraging them and lifting them up. My content is GLP-1 as my community and touching those people who are on it and who are not, because I want you to know that you can do it no matter what. That no matter what it looks like, you can do it. No matter what situation you're going through, you can do it. Okay? Because it can be health. You could be not dealing with health within yourself, but you could be watching your loved ones going through health issues. And that has an effect on you, because that drains us mentally. If we watch our children, our husbands, our wives, our cousins, our aunts, our uncles going through health stuff, and we can't do anything because we're just standing in the room and we're hearing the report of from the doctor. But then you also have to always remember the report of the Lord. Remember that the person is healed because God said they're healed. Whenever it's their time, we know that God will call them on, but we also have to be strong enough to know it's okay. We have to know that this is a time and we're okay with it. This is a time where there's so many people who don't know tomorrow where their food is coming from. There's so many people doesn't understand, is not even been able to collect a paycheck all week. What are we doing? What are we doing for those people? What are we doing? Is there anything that people can receive today? Can we do anything? Can we set up a GoFundMe? What did I do? If I hear of someone, if someone reaches out to me and I have it, I don't care. I'm giving it. That's it. I don't even care. It doesn't even matter to me, because you know what? I know that greater is tomorrow. I know that right now I'm not gonna push something to the edge and do stuff that's not unnecessary in this season, because there's so many people going without. There's so many people. I just received a email from my daughter's school saying, like, you know, they're opening it up where they're giving free breakfast and free lunch to all the kids. Like, it doesn't matter. They don't need to turn any paperwork. Like, towns and city care. They care about what we're eating. And it's like, like, if we didn't, like, think about it, like, because we didn't plant that seed during that time, maybe you live in a city, you can't plant a seed, you don't have a garden, you don't have nowhere to go. Some people are homeless, they don't have anywhere to go. They couldn't plant during that time. They don't have any fruits and vegetables, but anything we could do to help our community, whether you think it's something small, no, like, if you can do something and just help one family, try your best to reach out to somebody and give them that helping hand. Don't ask questions, right? Let's not ask questions. Let's just be supportive. Yes. Support your food pantries. Yes, exactly. Give support. And they had that in my daughter's school. They listed all of these things that you can go to, food pantries, who's giving out food. This is a time of like people will be heavily shopping for Thanksgiving. And some people don't even know what their meal's going to be. They can't even think about the holidays because they don't know if their kid is going to be able to eat on freaking today. That's what God reminded me, that, Machelle, yes, you lost all this weight, but then, there's so many people suffering. There's so much things going on. Like, and it's and I feel like if I can speak on it, I'm going to speak on it. I'm going to be the voice of many, even though it hurts, sometimes we have, and we try to hold on to what we have for us. But you know what? We have to have a giving spirit. We have to have a giving spirit, because it should be given to you, pressed down, shaken together, run it over. Okay? We don't want to block ourselves. If we can give to the next person. Because not only that, we're thinking about GLP-1 and our medication. We can have people on GLP-1 right now who want to eat healthy, but they can't, because sometimes healthier foods may be more expensive. So they might have to go to get something that they can't. But then not only that, they may not be able to get some food that they want to get right now. So they got to get whatever is given to them. So we just have to keep that in mind throughout this season. This is a tough season. There's people who bills were not paid last month because they didn't get their money. There's people who's working still and not receiving money. There's aircrafts. People play for flights. They can't even get out because we don't have people working. This is a trying times right now. This is going down in history. This is trying times that we're living through. And as we are together as GLP-1 people, we need to understand and have mercy and pray for these people because we don't know. We don't know what's happening in January, who's going to be shut off their medication. We don't know what's happening today with our foods. That's why we just have to have grace. If people are starting to lose weight because guess what? They couldn't. Don't stop eating, even if you're not able to eat the right foods. And I'm really speaking because I really don't want people to feel like they can't consume the food that's given to them at these pantries and stuff like that because they may think it's not a healthy choice. No, eat because your nutrition is better than being malnutrition. And God, I promise you, we will deal with that later. You can always get that extra weight off of you in the near future. But for right now, I want you to still be able to provide for your children. I want to still be able to provide for you, your husband, and anybody else. And if you know that your neighbors have children, make sure if they need something, ask them. Because some people don't want to even ask. Ask them. Don't say, oh, nobody asked me for anything. No, ask. Are you okay? I know that, I don't know where you were affected by what's going on. Ask them. I helped a family out like last week, and I don't say anything. I just do it. I don't care. Like, they sent me a message back like, oh, thank you. You didn't have to. No, I am going to. They were so thankful that they were able to feed their family for a week, and I was like, that's okay. Like, do what you have to do. I don't want receipts. I just want you to be able to feed your family. I just want you to be able to do what you need to do for you. It's not about me. It's about you. I want you to feel comfortable. We don't understand this is hurting so many people. And we don't know what happens today. We don't know. Today is a new day. Today is the first. And as we know, my child is calling me. Hopefully this doesn't interrupt, or hopefully I'm still on sound. But we really can't think about today's the first. People have to really think about some people's benefits are not going to pick up. Some people's are. But if you do, whatever you have that you're going through, just know that, you can give, right? You can give your time. If you don't have the monies, everything's not about money. You can give your time. You can say like, hey, I'm going to go spend some time and go be a volunteer at this area to help them hand out the food, right? So even if you can't do something that's monetary, do something non-monetary, right? Pray for them if you can't do anything else. It doesn't hurt to, lift them up. Tell them it's going to be encouraging. If you're not into prayer, that's fine. Just make sure you encourage somebody, Give them the ultimate that they're going to be okay. Give them information, provide them with information like what's said here. And this, food pantries. Let them know where they can go. Some people don't even know that there's still food pantries out here. I hear on TikTok, there's some people that set up a GoFundMe for people that if they need help. I had somebody else yesterday on their YouTube announce that, if anybody needs help to reach out to them and stuff like that. So there's some resources out there, and I've been writing things down because if anybody reaches out to me, I will be giving out information to let people know where they can go. If you need me to research your town and see where you need to go, just email me. I don't mind. If you feel like you need help with something, feel free to reach out to me. If I have it, I promise I'm gonna give it because I feel like that's my duty unto the Lord. And I know that if someone is doing that, it's because out of the goodness of their heart. It's not because they're trying to be, it's not because of greed, and if it is because of greed, you would deal with that with God. It has nothing to do with me. I'm gonna stay out of that. But yeah, so this is where I started my journey. It's a little parking lot where I live close by well, I reside close by, and it also it also has like Starbucks, which I love, and I had to stop going there, but I stopped for a little bit, and today I did grab me one of their Profine coffees right here, right? I grabbed one because I just like I could treat myself today, right? And I did that, and I'm thankful for my 198, and I'm also thankful for that. I know that there's more to come, and I have other goals to meet, and I still have to be consistent, and that's why I came out here and I did my walk. I did my walk because I have to be consistent no matter what. That was my high, and now I'm brought back down to today to settled, and it's still consistently, that bar moving up and down. So again, I appreciate each and every one of you, but I have six, one, two, three. No, right now I have 4 people I'm gonna put on my community page today who I will be sending out something for, because I was 198.6. I tried to post it on my live yesterday because I recorded it privately, and then I tried to do a couple posts about it, and I did post it on my TikTok as well. And I did put my TikTok thing on YouTube so everybody can see. But if you didn't catch it, you can go back and watch it. And I appreciate all the comments. And I'm going to just kind of go scroll through the comments real quick, just because I'm sorry I was like talking in my own little world. I'm working on engagement, you guys. Working on engagement. And it's so cold. So no matter if I put on my chapstick or not, my lips are still chapped because it's super cold out here. So Level Up Stress Down says, so proud of you, Machelle. I love this full circle moment for you and thankful for God. So excited. Congratulations. Thank you, Shining. Z put, congratulations, Machelle. So excited. Grant had put, always under construction. Yes, always. That's a good way to put it, Grant. Z put like, hey, everyone, happy Saturday. Evelyn said, yes, it is written, preach. So Beach Bum put, what is something you think that teenage Christians need to hear? Teenage Christians, what I would say, so here it is, whether you are no matter your age group, when it comes to Christianity or when it comes to any type of beliefs that you believe in, I would say consistency. So you're going to stay in that Bible. I'm going to say, if you're newly started, always get you, and I did this for my children, is always get you an easy to read Bible. If the King James is a little bit like, too advanced for you. When I say advanced, I mean that, I look at it just like when a newborn is born, right? They're born, they're given food, right? And the food that they're given is going to be the food of the spirit, and you gotta gradually feed them that information, right? So as they're eating the food, you don't want to give them a steak. So that's why I say get an easy to read Bible. Some scriptures that I stay in all the time and have my children memorize as a teenager and as a young, even under that, is Psalms 23 and Psalms 91. Those are the 2 scriptures that I gave them to memorize, and they did. My daughter loves Psalms 23, and my son loves Psalms 91, and they can recite those without a problem. So that's what I would say. Shani says, speak sis, I believe that that God is putting this community more than just weight loss. Yes. She says she loves the community. Kim J says, hi, Machelle in chat. Came in to say congrats, cousin. Yep, thank you, Kim. I'm in the bushes. Yes, yep, continue to travel, hon, safely. But I'm listening. Thank you. I appreciate your support as always. Harjarine says, have a good trip to Kim. Nia says, I love this spiritual breakfast. Yes, God is, listen, God woke me up this morning, so I'm more than thankful, Nia. Yes, Kim, yes, I made it. God be the glory. And Harjarine had put, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, cousin, for praying for me and traveling grace. Yes, always. Grant had put, your testimony tells me you have a lot to celebrate besides the scale. Yes, it does. Listen, I don't know when I'm gonna be. I feel like I have like, and I think we all do have a book, right, to write. We all have something to say. It is like this journey of where I'm at right now in my life is somewhere I've never been. I've never experienced. I've never been, and I don't know if anybody, and there's probably other people who has been here, but at this time of my life, being in this moment, I don't wish it upon nobody, and I also never thought I would be here. So I'll say that in a nutshell. Shawnee says seed, yeah, seed time, always, yep, and harvest, yes, always, always, always. Jane had put driving, but yes, gardening will teach us a lot about life, as always, yes, it does, it does. And again, she was referring to the pantry, and it's just also just good, just please, like, I know I'm stressing it, but I don't know what time or what days people get their like assistance from the government, but we never know when we're in that season where we might need it as well. So let's just try our best to do what we can and be supportive of others. Somebody might be struggling to pay for their groceries and you happen to be behind them, and if you can afford to pay for that, I paid for somebody's groceries at Walmart one time because her card got declined in front of me like 3 times, and I just paid and I just kept it moving. She's like, you didn't have to do that. And I forgot how much it was, but it was a pretty penny. But I just said enjoy and just keep going. Like, that's it. I honestly, I just want people to know, it's an understanding, like, people are shopping and they may not have the money. That's that can be happening. That's probably what is happening, right? So I hope that you guys have like experienced or have went through something in your life where it has like kept us humble at all times. And if you haven't, just always remain humble in your situation, because things could be worse than what they appear to be, and they are worse than what they appear to be for others right now. If anybody, I see that there's some people that participated in the self-care, and I do that see that others that got massages and did those things. If you, I'm going to probably move your stuff over to to the self-care challenge, but all those who have participated, also enter you guys in a separate drawing for myself. And so you'll see like 6 names on my thing, because I have the people that have been my 100 and my 200 subscriber winners that I never posted, and that's sitting in my notes. And then I also wanted to give something for self-care, so I'm gonna do the self-care thing. I'm gonna probably extend it out until maybe like the end of next week. I think it's the 9th or the 10th. Let's just say 11/11. I'll do that because I think that's like a Sunday or a Monday. I'll say to 11/11. I'll give someone time. If they are doing anything that's self-care and you want me to know, or you want to post it, it could be something small. Yeah, your self-care. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So post it on the page, and then I'm gonna enter you guys into a raffle. And I appreciate each and every one of you for taking time to care about yourself, right, in this season. And it could be something small, like getting out, taking a walk by yourself, and not having your kids sometimes if you can. Or maybe it's just like, reading a book and taking some time. How you doing, Coach Mean? How are you? Welcome in, cousin. And just taking some time to yourself, whatever that may mean, mean to you. Sometimes somebody might say, hey, I'm sitting in my car for 10 minutes and it's this. I have been there. I have done that before. And so try to find something for yourself. Find something within this next week and a couple of days for yourself, and I'll repost it, and I'll put a reminder on my thing to say, on the 11th, I'm gonna draw some names who entered into some and showed me that they did like some self-care if they had time to, and if you didn't, it's okay. I'm still gonna encourage you to do it, even if you're not able to do it in that time frame. And just okay, got it. Oh, you did one last week. Okay, awesome. And just know that, when you're afraid to post, just post, because somebody else may need it. Somebody else may need that word. Somebody else may need that encouragement. Somebody else may need to see that meal plan. Somebody else may need to see your gardening. Somebody else may need to see your anything that you can think of that you think is important to post. Just post it. Just do it. Like, whatever you can do, just do it. I know we get like sometimes caught up with like, editing and stuff like that. And I know that, we do want to have presentation be the best, but and we want to present ourselves in a certain manner throughout this community. But as we think about presenting ourselves, just know that we don't want to miss an opportunity that God has set on somebody's heart to be touched by that one thing. I've been doing it, haven't posted it on my page, so we need to. Yeah, God, yeah. There's a post, Shani, on my page. I think it was like last week or so, or maybe 2 weeks ago. But I'll repost it, and I'll add, like, I can tag you on it if you want. But yeah, there's a post out there, and if you want, you don't. I think it's because, like, Jane had put, like, I think it was like self-care challenge, like pound self-care challenge, or something like that. I think if you just put that in your post, it would, like, I can also see it. And if I see any that's not in there, I just sometimes just swing it over and try to put it. I usually copy the link and put it in there. But thank you. And I'm trying to make sure I didn't forget anything. Oh, I did want to, I gotta get it. Hold on. I have to get it out of my car. Hopefully nobody touches my Starbucks drink. I didn't park that far though. I wanted to show you guys something, because it has helped me so much with my stomach. So the things I'm working on is my stomach and my stomach, my legs, and of course my back. When I say my stomach, sometimes I'm thinking about my back too. And I was prepared to show you guys it, because if you guys, like, it's, as I'm talking about, oh yeah, so just let you know, if you are in this season, and or if you know someone in this season, and they're affected by this financial stuff, and they want me to help them out their budget, I help people with their budgets for free. So just know that, okay? If anybody needs help with budget, what I would do is I'll help them restructure out their bills and tell them different ways that they can help them restructure their finances in this season. I can help out with that, and I have currently like about 8 to 9 people that I'm helping, and right now that have reached out to me because they know I do that. And so I also wanted to share that with you guys as well, just in case. All right, so I'm gonna, like, move the camera. So this goes around your waist, right? It's called Life Pro. No promotional. This is it's basically, it goes around your stomach, and I don't know if you guys seen this before. Let me see. Hold on one second. I'm gonna have to face me and fix it. Okay, so what it is, and, like, I have put it around my stomach area. Let me just show you guys. I have, like, undergarments, so I'm good. But just so you can, like, see. So it's inside is, like, it's red light, and it's also heated, and it vibrates. And what I do is I do it like multiple times. I start it like here, and I go around, and then I do it here up, and then I go down a little bit like that. So I try to hit all areas of my stomach, and then I do my back, and I do it for about 15 to 20 minutes each side. It's very helpful. I feel like it has helped me with my stomach overall, and I'm trying my best to, and I do my sauna and stuff too, but this is something that I try to stay consistent, and I've been trying to do it for the past, like, 2 months, and I have some clippings of it already, like, ready for video, but I haven't actually, like, posted it yet. But again, it's like a Life Pro. I forgot where I got this. Maybe I got it off of TikTok. I'm a TikTok girl. I like things off of TikTok if I find it. Another cool thing it has is you can take out the heating thing if you just need to rinse this for any reason, which I think that's pretty cool, so you can keep it nice and clean, right, if you need to. And then there's one more thing that I would like to show you guys. So I do dry brushing, right, on my legs, because as you see my legs, they're kind of ashy right now, but outside of that I have a lot of loose skin. But I use this as well, just so you can see. Not good. It's called red sculpture. So as I do my dry brushing here, and I kind of, like, do it in a certain way, and sometimes I go I push it down, right? Everybody has their own way of doing it. And then I have this, and this is helping me out with my cellulite, and I can tell this has helped me. For cream, I didn't really lotion today, but I use this. It's called Dr. Ming. I use this and I put it over my skin when I'm doing it because it actually helps with the sculpting of it. And so I didn't want to, I'm like not the type of person to like promote something without trying it. And so I really am still working on seeing how this overall, like what it does. I see a little difference, but again, it could be that I'm also put this on my legs. So I don't know if it's this and that, but I started this first, this Life Pro. I started this first and then I went to the sculpting. And I have been very consistent with making sure that my legs and my stomach were very much engaged in this process, and as well as my back. But I would say that for myself, when it's cream, I use my daughter's products for most of the time for all my creaming when it comes to like, except for my face. I brought like facial stuff, but for my body. And her cream has like it helps you with the color, and also if you have any like eczema and stuff like that, it kind of helps with that. And so that's what I've been using in the meantime for right now. Because I was able to get, she was able to make me a bottle, which I was thankful for. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about this season that we're in because I've been praying for these people, and I know that they're going to be able to get what they need. And if they're not, I feel like there's so many generous people right now that's given, and I know that they're going to be okay, and I'm praying for them. And I hope you guys enjoy your Saturday, and I really appreciate. Oh no, it's okay, Lewis. You can watch the playback. I don't know if you've seen the videos. I am 198.6. I did announce it yesterday to everyone. But yeah, I talked about some different things, and you can go back and watch the replay, and you can let me know. You can leave a comment and see if you have any questions. I don't mind answering them. But just know that like my next goal out of everything is going to be like getting to that minus 100, and also I'm working on toning, like I want to get rid of my fupa. My stomach is like a lot. I always say like if my stomach would go away, maybe I'll feel a little bit better. And I want to tone my legs, so I'm stairmastering it up. And I have a group of people on TikTok that I do that with, that I try my best to get on their lives and work out. And then I'm also in a challenge as well for walking, and so I've been doing that too and trying to stay consistent with that. But I got to get my Apple Watch together so I can make sure that it's on my wrist, because sometimes I don't have my phone with me when I'm walking, and if I am, sometimes I'm on my phone. So I don't know if it tracks it when you're on it. I don't know how that works, but I'm trying my best to just be consistent. Thank you. It's been a long duration, I'll say that. But yeah, so I hope everybody has a blessed day. If you haven't liked the live, please like it. Also subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my channel. I will be starting going back live soon. And I'll put a post up to say when that would be and what durations of time they would be. And also I have some content coming soon. And I hope you guys catch me out there and like give me your feedback, like even on my content that I'm going to be creating and putting out there for you guys. It's a little different than what I wanted to do, but I've been in a lot of prayer this whole week, so I'm excited. I'm excited for what I did and where I'm going. So you guys have a beautiful day, and I'll say peace, love, and happiness. Enjoy.